How can you build your business and your career through compelling content? Well, there's 7 steps that I want to share with you today that can help you, whether you're self-employed as an entrepreneur or if you're thinking like an entrepreneur within another organization, because this is critical today. Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and I'm a communicator. I've talked to people all my life about how they can use marketing and technology to get ahead and how they can have the right attitudes and move forward on that. And as a professional speaker and a journalist, I get a chance to share ideas with you. And I want to share some things with you that can really help you a lot today as you're putting them together. Matter of fact, I've got my fancy schmancy graphics here that I'm using. You know, I like to use the whatever tools are possible. Sometimes using paper and pen, remember those old things? Yeah, they really work well. Now, I still like the more graphics that we can put in there with some of the fancier tools, but these work really well. Well, let me give you some ideas. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to create, step number 1 is to have an idea catcher. What do I mean by that? You, as a thought leader, as a coach, a professional speaker, an author, a facilitator, someone who's leading a team, you get ideas on what to do. And if you don't capture those quickly, they're going to get away. Earl Nightingale, the great old dean of personal development who left us a few years ago, would often say that an idea is fleeting and you must stab it with a pen. What he meant by that is carry the paper and a pen to write down those ideas. I would agree with Earl Nightingale. You want to capture that thought, and I would suggest, yes, a paper and pen is great, but also, hey, why not use your smartphone? Mine's getting jarred right here. A smartphone like that, and you can dictate because you can talk faster than you can type. But have a place where you can put it. As a matter of fact, let me share my screen with you. I'm going to share what I do regularly. Mine is over here. There we go. Got some of the controls there set up right here in a place called Ideas y Notas para la Creación de Contenidos. And that's in Spanish. I'm working on Spanish, so I put my information in there, just a little extra side there on that. But you see, when I get ideas, I do a date and time stamp and put some things in there with the different ideas and concepts that are there. And so I have a place to go to so that when it comes time to create the content, I can go to that place. Have you ever noticed when you're creating content that you sometimes run into that wall? You go, oh my goodness, what am I going to write about? But other times the ideas are flowing. Find out what helps your ideas to get flowing, strong and moving regularly, and then have those in a place. I'm using Google Docs because I can access that with my laptop. I can access it with my smartphones. I can put information in there very quickly, and now I've got one place that I know I can go and get hold of it. That's number 1, have that idea catcher. Number 2, budget time. It's not just going to happen. You've got to sit down sometimes and really work on it. You listen to people who are really good at writing. They don't say, oh, I just wait for the thoughts to hit me. No, it's not like the sky opens up and the angel starts singing, hey, Sparky, you got to get in there to work, okay? It's not going to happen just by chance. You've got to dedicate time. And I find those that are doing the very best, real good writers and authors, say they budget time. They treat it like a job. You got to punch the clock and be there. You put your butt down in the seat, you start pecking on the keyboard or you start dictating. Do it that way. I often like to dictate first because I find I can get the flow of information out quicker that way rather than typing. Sometimes when I'm typing along and I go, oh, made a mistake. Oh, if I could just learn how to type. Da, da, da. Now I'm focusing on a negative cycle in my head of I can't type versus getting the ideas out. So the first draft is just your rough edition, the dog version I'll often call it. The rough, get it? The rough draft, you put it out there, you say, here it is, I'm just throwing it out there. Then you go back and you relanguage it, you rewrite it, you're repurposing it and wordsmithing it and working on it that way. That's in your second, third, fourth, and subsequent drafts from there. Number 3, you want to leverage tech and people. I've referenced some of that about the tech already. Use the technologies we have today for dictation, using it on your computer, on your smartphone, and some of them are really good. I mean, even this jaded journalist looks at it and goes, oh my goodness, it's really, really nice, the accuracy that's there. It's not perfect, but then, hey, it's not perfect when you type. It's not perfect when you write. I've seen some of your handwriting, okay? So it's a little different, but get it out there and then leverage the people. You want to tap into many others. Don't try to come up with all the ideas yourself. Interface with others, attend those meetings, be there and go to them, and leverage the ideas of many people who are really good, who have written books. Constantly doing that. That's going to help you as well. Number 3 is leverage the tech and the people. Number 4, solve problems that people are having. Just saying wonderful ideas doesn't do it. You want to solve the problem. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to help you to realize, okay, I've had problems coming up with content, and over the years, I found certain things work, and I'm hoping this will help you. And by the way, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you on techniques you have used that help you to solve problems with content creation. How do you create content? Do you have some tools that'll help you in particular? Use those. A buddy of mine, Mark Hunter, was just telling me yesterday through email, he said he uses Evernote a lot. I thought that's a great idea. I know many people doing that. Mark, if you're watching this, hello there. Hope you're doing well. And that is a great way to leverage that and to get more done. Number 5, read and listen. I already mentioned about reading books. I love reading books. My ideal is when I get up in the morning and I read a book or two and get through that. I took a course called photo reading a while back and helped me to learn a lot about reading fast and going through something rapidly. Not speed reading, but it's called photo reading from a company called Learning Strategies. They're up in Minneapolis, in the Minneapolis area. But really good ideas. You want to be reading then, and you want to listen. Again, go back to our smartphones here and listen to podcasts. There are bazillions of them out there. Don't let that overwhelm you. Don't get all overwhelmed with the number. Find those that you enjoy and tie into them. Subscribe to them and listen to them. I like the way Zig Ziglar said it years ago, the late, great Zig Ziglar, buddy, and I just really appreciated him. He was in the Speaker Hall of Fame with me there with the National Speakers Association. And he would say, when you're sitting, read. When you're moving, listen. And he often would use the audio cassettes that were real big back then. Today, we've got podcasts and we can listen to them rapidly. The opportunities for learning today are greater than ever. So do that. Make a point to do that. Read and listen. Number 6, you want to connect with others. I've already talked to you about the importance of connecting with others on a regular basis. Make it a point also to go to conventions, seminars, conferences, because people go there with a purpose in mind. They want to learn something. And a big part of it, the benefit, is seeing other people and talking with them. Think about it. When you go to a conference, most important thing is not necessarily what's said on the platform. And I'm saying that as a professional speaker myself who is on the platform saying those things. What you want to do is connect with the people. Yes, everything that's on the platform today, we can probably watch on YouTube, the next week or so. You'll be able to see it in many different ways. What you want to do is connect with people and help them. Find ways that you can help them and help them to achieve their goals, and then it'll help you too. And number 7, you need to feed the beast. I have to thank my buddy Mitch Joel up in Montreal for saying that. Mitch, thank you very much for your help on that. Years ago, he said, yeah, we got this thing called our content that we have to create. We have to feed that beast every day. It's out there. Well, that's where, going back to that idea catcher I was talking to you about in step number 1, have a place where you can dump ideas. I like the way that Joel Block, my buddy Joel Block out in California, says it. He uses Evernote, and when he gets an idea, he dictates. I've watched him do this. He gets an idea on something, and he dictates it in there, and then he sends it to himself in Evernote, so that now when he wants to sit back and start coming up with ideas, and he gives some really good ideas on his videos and the content he creates, he just goes through that. So use these 7 steps. They can help you, and I want to hear from you. Please let me know in the comments below what has worked for you and the kind of content that you're creating and how you get those ideas. And of course, you can drop me a note, bounce over to my website, terrybrock.com. By the way, you notice my clever reference here. You've got it there. I want you to think about that too on the videos you do. Have it easy for people to find you. Go over to terrybrock.com. That's got all the ways you can reach me on social media, email, all of that stuff. And I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm looking forward to getting your message.